Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hello, Roberters. Welcome to J is for Justice. My name is J.
Roberta.
Welcome. If you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. We are gathering today for a hearing that I don't know if we're going to be able to watch live. I don't think so. I think they're recording it and then we'll be able to watch. So we're going to do a little update thing while we wait for this hearing to be over. Hey Emma, hey Northern Light and Brandy. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got Olive Juice. Thank you, Shell. Good to see you. Connie. Hey, Mark Klein. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Oh, Heather Bratt. How are you? Brandy Wine and Monkey Biz. Nothing but a joy thing. Nothing but a J thing. I like your name. Northern Lights. Desiree. Rican Elite. Sandra Stevens, Angie B. After Dark Coffee and Crime. Hello, Millie Haas. Hello. Steph Cran. Steph Cran says Brian's attorney filed a request for discovery 2 days ago. Is that right? I didn't see that. Good morning, Pammy B. I hope everybody has Hey Charmed Girl. Hey Sweet Thing. Openly Avoidant. Hello, Holly. Tennessee Poppy Seed. Well, welcome everyone. If I missed anyone, I apologize, but good morning to all. So this hearing, he's not expected to plea at all. This is going to be, I think, more of like the attorneys getting. Really? I didn't press play, but this is the attorneys, I think, making sure, or the judge making sure that the attorneys are communicating, that they have everything they need, that they're exchanging discovery, things like that, I think. So it was supposed to be at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then they moved it to 8 a.m. Pacific. So that's super early, right? And we have a video here from yesterday. And this is just an update about the preliminary status hearing. So this is a status hearing. So let's see what this is KTVB. That's a tongue twister.
Well, class is back in session at the University of Idaho today as we wait for the suspect in the murder of 4 students there to appear again in court tomorrow. Stephanie Gosk has the latest from Moscow.
As Bryan Kohberger gets ready to appear again in court tomorrow, the families of his victims are still looking for answers about a motive.
It's obviously an emotional time for the family.
The lawyer for Kaylee Gonzalez's family saying Kohberger didn't know Kaylee or Maddie Mogan, as far as they know.
I don't know of anybody that did know him. All of those girls were social. They were involved in the college. They were working hard, waitressing and doing different things. So the idea that he may have ran across their paths, I don't think is uncommon.
The attorney saying the Gonzalez family has been in frequent contact with investigators as they look to build their case against Kohberger.
Well, anything that we have, we send over to the Moscow Police Department.
Meanwhile, spring semester beginning at the University of Idaho today. A semblance of normalcy returning now that a suspect is in custody. But fears remain.
I'm a little worried about the safety here.
10 miles away from the University of Idaho campus, suspect Bryan Kohberger was pursuing his PhD in criminal justice at Washington State University. Investigators say campus police there identified Kohberger on November 29th after midnight, connecting him to the Hyundai Elantra seen near the crime scene. Now some students.
So do you guys believe that they did not that they didn't know who he was till November 29th? Do you think that a good couple weeks went by and they weren't sure? Because November 29th, there's a good 2 weeks before he even leaves. So if you think about that, that means they were following him for 2 weeks, then followed him all the way back to PA.
Students there are also questioning their safety and why police waited a month to arrest him, letting Kohberger remain on campus until the December break.
We find out later that he's literally a student on campus and who's walking around with us. It felt like they were trying to keep it from us or something.
The police defended that decision.
I will 100% stand behind the way that we handled this investigation.
With much of the focus
Yeah, he said that early on, but then remember after Bryan was arrested, he was like, I wish I would have put out info sooner.
on the trial, family and friends of the victims want people to be reminded that young lives were lost, like Sydney McLean, Xana Carnoto's childhood friend.
She's one of the funniest people I ever met. She was always outgoing. She was a friend to everyone she met.
Her father, Todd, who coached the girls' gymnastics team, struggling to come to terms with the crime.
I think it comes down to just basically why. There's no sense to it.
There is no sense to it. So, I mean, the why is still out there. And I know there's a lot of theories and things being thrown around, but the why could be many, many, many things, right? Do you think that the gag order will remain in place then? They won't change that? Okay, so our next one is going to be this, where a neighbor, is this the neighbor one? Yeah. So this is a neighbor of his in Pullman, said Bryan Kohberger was eager to make friends and so chatty one sometimes dodged him. You guys think the... Wait, what? What are you talking about, Bit Phoenix? So will Bryan just confess everything in the next 10 minutes or so? I wish. Oh, yeah. I put a quarter in the slot. I'm afraid the timer goes off just before he confessed to me. What? What does that mean? Explain yourself. You guys say the gag order will stay put? Ooh, that's scary. Did you send those to LE? CR, hey, how are you? I don't think so either, Brat. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that he's eager to make friends, but let's read through it. I think because he was trying to chat with them. Maybe trying to chat with him to get him to do something for him, maybe. Do you guys think that it's possible that with him working in the criminal, in the criminology department, do you think that he thought that maybe he could be a part of like the investigation? No, I'm sorry, Bit. It's early for me. I actually do really have a sense of humor. It's just really early for me. I probably read your comment wrong. I'm sorry, Bit Phoenix. Still got helicopters going over. Just a follow up from yesterday. That's actually a jet, but they said it was a damaged file. The FAA. Dr. Malmo says this narcissist wanted to constantly talk about himself, so people wanted to avoid him because he went on and on and on. For residents who aren't undergrads bouncing between parties and Greek life, living in the college town of Pullman, Washington can feel isolating. So when Aaron Dash, a 28-year-old engineering student at Washington State got a new downstairs neighbor in his Steptoe Village apartment in August, he understood why the stranger was eager to make friends. So if he just moved in here in August, I heard Steve G say that he had been there a year. Exactly, Shell. So I think we just have to wait. I mean, we could take it all in, absolutely. But I think that we need to just a damaged file. I think they should have just said it was a corrupt file and it would have covered it all. Would have been good to go. Dash said that Bryan Kohberger, who investigators have charged with killing 4 students, went out of his way to introduce himself and try to make plans to hang out. I didn't, Ultra Dark. Make sure you send it to the right one because it's... And I don't have that Google number anymore if you're texting. That's the cache thing. Make sure it's the right one because I did not get it. He's in court in 14 minutes. He asked me what I am studying and where I am from. Dash, who moved to Pullman from India for his studies, said he would make just friendly small talk. The unexplained stabbings, da-da-da-da-da. On December 30th, they charged Kohberger with the killings. But interviews with Dash, his roommate, and others who casually knew Kohberger paint a different picture. One of a man who wasn't always introverted and could sometimes have an outgoing demeanor that left people feeling impressed or put off. Popping, oh, look at this little tidbit. Popping in and out of Pullman coffee shops, dropping by local craft beer establishments, and attempting to hang out with his neighbor. No plea today. CEO. Oh, it's there now. Thank you for nerd. CEO, thank you. We're going to be able to get our sound bites. Yay! CEO, thank you so much. That's really, really nice. Glad I stayed on your ass. I'm just kidding. So that's pretty interesting, huh? Popping in and out of Pullman coffee shops. That's where... Didn't Kaylee work at a coffee shop? Dropping by local craft beer establishments? Could that be the Corner Club? And attempting to hang out with his neighbors, and that would be Dash. Kohberger didn't stand out as unhinged, but rather as a sometimes chatty guy whose lengthy conversations might throw a wrench in his neighbor's days. True Crime Junkie, thank you so much. She said, Jay, love you. I wonder if BF will end up being a second star witness, and that way may be why we don't have much about her in the affidavit. Shell was just asking yesterday, hey, Brandy. Shell was just asking, what about the other roommate? Like, why haven't we heard anything? That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Thank you so much, CEO and True Crime Junkie, for your support. You guys are amazing. And look, you guys, I wanted to let you know too. I'm going to put a poll for neighbors. Or neighbors. What the fuck am I talking about? A poll for members in the community section after this live. And you guys get to pick the topic for tomorrow's live, for tomorrow's 3 p.m. live. Kohberger lived beneath Dash and his roommate in a boxy unit in the Steptoe Village apartments, a popular development that houses graduate students. It is on a windswept hilltop cut with roads and surrounded by similar style buildings in the WSU campus, or near the WSU campus. Most residents are foreign exchange students, many with families. That's interesting because in the apartment behind is where that 99 stabbing occurred that's unsolved. And that was exchange students as well. They were nursing students from Vietnam. Most residents are foreign exchange with families. In the back of Kohberger's building is a small children's playground. In front is a large blacktop parking lot. Dash's roommate, who asked Insider not to name him out of fear of harassment, said Kohberger gave him his phone number and repeatedly suggested that they socialize. True Crime Junkie, welcome to the fam. Good to have you. I love your name. We're all true crime junkies over here. He talked to everybody. He was a very chatty person, not charming, but outgoing. He would ask me to hang out. Sandy Sanford, welcome to the family. Did you change your name? Weren't you like Disney something? He seemed like a very fit person, so I asked if he wanted to come to the gym with me. Kohberger declined because he had a commitment. Later, Kohberger asked the roommate to grab a cup of coffee. This time, the roommate had a commitment. Kohberger continued striking up conversations each time they passed one another. Kohberger explained he was from Pennsylvania and liked living in Eastern Washington. Over time, though, the man started to avoid Kohberger if he saw him, not because he didn't like him, but because their talks tended to drag on. He said that when he saw Kohberger approach, he would quicken his step to appear in a hurry, so it wouldn't look awkward to give Kohberger a passing hello rather than fall into a conversation. I know if I start, he won't stop. Kohberger's relationship with his downstairs neighbors, a couple with small children, was less friendly. Angela He described, okay, I heard this woman. Angela He described him as an insomniac who kept them awake at night by pacing and intermittently running his garbage disposal. What? If he skinned that dog, could he have like done other things in there and put it down the garbage disposal? She said she considered having words with Kohberger, but decided not to, probably a good thing for her, not to, in the hope that he would be equally gracious if her crying children ever kept him awake. Cassia Julius, a bartender at The Land, the closest bar and restaurant to his apartment, told Insider she'd have to crane her neck back to make eye contact with Kohberger, who stands at 6 foot tall, when she served him. But she said she remembered him simply because of his height and the last name on his credit card. He was normal, she said. A server at a brewery in Pullman also remembered Kohberger stopping in, but said nothing stood out as particularly odd. Many who knew him more closely, though, have now taken steps to disassociate from the heinous crimes investigators charged him with. At Wilson Short Hall, where Kohberger studied on campus, his photo hung in a first-floor framed display of criminology students. By Friday, January 6th, a blank space in the montage with ripped paper inside indicated that his photo had been torn out. Several professors of criminology declined to speak with Insider. A criminology student named Emily, who asked to be identified by only her first name, had Kohberger as a teacher's assistant. She said he had been gruff and difficult to deal with early in the semester. After the killings, he seemed to lose interest in teaching, assigning his students to write essays and handing back uniform high grades. Afterward, he didn't grade at all, she said. He was not a great TA. How did he get away with not grading? In the days and weeks after the killings, fear tore through the college towns near University of Idaho and WSU. Nervous residents awaited any news Some left the communities altogether. In fact, Kohberger was one of the only students who kept appointments at a Pullman Medical Center after the crimes. A receptionist there told Insider. Now, we know that's a HIPAA violation. So I think these are strategic leaks. Just my opinion only. Hi, Marilyn. KM, yeah, a lot of people said that about Ted Bundy as well. 4 days after the killings, and Bryan is innocent until proven guilty. So we're not going to block anybody who is supporting that. That view. Innocent until proven guilty. We can't forget that. But we also can't forget that there's 4 victims here and victims' families. So let's be mindful. Oh, it's a huge case, the Farleyburg zone. That's why so many creators have gone to true crime that weren't doing true crime before. So apparently, a receptionist at a Pullman Medical Center said that he arrived at his appointment in his black North Face jacket. See all these little clues? His black North Face jacket, and was so friendly with staff members that they took notice. The receptionist at the office, who declined to give her name because discussing the interaction might violate, it does violate HIPAA laws, said Kohberger acted so friendly that it prompted her boss to comment. She said he's so nice and charming. She never says that about anybody. I was like, yeah, he really was. He scheduled an ordinary follow-up appointment for the spring semester. Dash 2 said Kohberger remained friendly in recent months and never went without his usual warm greeting. Warm greeting? Like what? Hey, Paula, how are you? Dash's roommate said he presumed once his schedule cleared that he would grow friendlier with Kohberger. Yet he became busier as the end of the fall semester neared, so he began taking steps to cut short his interactions with his neighbor. This experience, being friendly but not friends, is typical in the communities of Pullman and Moscow. Tyler Engbritson, a 21-year-old native to Moscow, said residents in both communities were familiar with many but friends with few. Engbritson said he was particularly touched by the killings because Chapin was a regular at his parents' vape and pipe store in Pullman. So Ethan went to a vape store in Pullman. This is all very interesting. These are clues. These are little things. I've never read this. This just came out yesterday, so this isn't old news, whoever is complaining. And we got about 2 minutes, and then we'll go over to Twitter, and we will see if we can follow what's going on here. Okay?
KB, it's we have to stand down.
So it says, if you really want to know this town, it's a lonely town. It takes a lot of effort to meet people here. So he went to a medical appointment 4 days after the killings. But they're not saying what he went there for. Was it routine? Was it stitches? We saw his arm was cut, so I don't know. So let's take a gander over to Twitter. And yes, we have to. And let's see, Bryan and about to go through security, live tweeting not allowed. So we have to wait anyways. So we're going to be sitting here. Hold on, I locked my husband out. Hold on. I'm going to play a video for you guys, and I'll be right back. He's going, hello.
Here's a crazy idea. Make the internet work wherever you do. Finally, there's a whole home Wi-Fi guaranteed. Switch now and get a $200 Visa reward card on us. Hurry, offer ends soon. Uncable yourself. Get fiber internet from Frontier.
Well, class is back in session at the University of Idaho today as we wait for the suspect in the murder of 4 students there to appear again in court tomorrow. Stephanie Gosk has the latest.
Did we already watch
from
this?
Moscow.
As Bryan Kohberger gets ready to appear again in court tomorrow, the families of his victims are still looking for answers about a motive.
It's obviously an emotional time for the
The lawyer for Kaylee Gonzalez's family saying Kohberger didn't know Kaylee or Maddie Mogan. As far as
I don't know of anybody that did know him. All those girls were social. They were involved in college.
We did. We watched this one. Sorry. Let's see if KTVB.
Well, class is back in session. at the
Same
University of Idaho
one.
today as we wait for the.
Okay, lady. We get it. We get it.
And our sister station Spokane spoke with the suspect, Bryan Kohberger's Pennsylvania public defender, the lawyer who represented him in his extradition proceedings.
Janelle Finch shares what she learned from him about working with a high-profile client.
Jason Labar says he first met his client at the Monroe County Correctional Facility.
ordinary, average type guy.
He says the first thing he said to the suspect was, "Don't tell me anything about the case. Don't tell me any facts. That's information for your Idaho attorney."
And then I explained to him, essentially the extradition proceedings. And he was very calm. He was aware of what was going on. He was aware of the murders.
He says his client was intentional about what was said on his behalf in the statement.
So what do you guys think about him talking to cops for 45 minutes before when he was first arrested? They were with him for 45 minutes. And then he talked to this guy, this public defender. So I was watching and there's this defense attorney was saying he shouldn't have talked to anybody. That the public defender should have said, don't tell me anything about anything. Don't even talk to me. Yeah, the class clown is back. Heather Bratt, the class clown. Welcome back, Heather Bratt.
I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants and you're going to pull that out.
Oh, we love some Nancy Grace. Did you guys see Nancy Grace in front of the house all sitting out? I don't know if it was a green screen, but it looked like she was sitting out in the cold. That she had a table out there and shit, but I don't know if that was a green screen for her or what, but I was cracking up. I'm like, Nancy Grace never fails to amaze. So another thing I wanted to let you guys know, tomorrow on Dateline, we have a former classmate of Bryan. No, bring it back. We have a former classmate of Bryan that's going to be on Dateline tomorrow night. And I wanted to show you guys a little clip from that. They have a trailer. Was she really out there? I hope not either. That is so weird. What did the Corner Club have to say about it? Because they were all over the media. Go away. This
else, she said.
So that's very similar to him, not shutting up to his neighbor.
Quite creepy, but odd.
He would stare at us whenever me and my friends would kind of look over to the side. I would always catch him staring at us.
So this is tomorrow. Can you imagine how many times he got rejected by these women? It is. It's very yikes. I agree. He had to be right. He had to make the last point or something.
Remembered.
Something else.
I wonder if he actually went further with somebody that she knows. It's funny that these girls are all blonde, blue-eyed,
Said.
similar look.
Creepy, but
And they really put the mascara on her, like the girls had or Kaylee had the fake lashes, right?
odd.
He would stare at us whenever me and my friends would kind of like look over to the side. I would always catch him staring at us.
That is so creepy. So that is on tomorrow. Let me see what time. I want to say 8.
When this mug
9. 9/8 Central. Bye. 9/8 Central, guys. So 19 minutes ago, Enton was going through the line. Let's refresh and see if anything. Nothing new yet. Supposed to be short, though. There's a lot of girls coming out. Yeah, like Bundy had his type. I know, me too, Dr. Malmo. You think she's a clout chaser? Why do you think that, Jesus? Dr. Malmo, if you had, I was going to say, do you think his mother's blonde? The Tinder date said he told her she had good childbearing hips. That's gross. His one sister looked blonde that went to court. I don't know. I don't know, Steph Cran. Oh, me too, Tammy. So if you guys missed my video yesterday, we had Megan Veramuska was in court yesterday. Well, she wasn't, but her lawyers were. And her trial has been set for, I believe, March 13th. And her arraignment is going to be January 31st. So crazy that here we are. This crime happened. Heidi Broussard was kidnapped by a friend along with her newborn baby in December of 2019. And Megan is just getting her arraignment this month. His sister appeared in a movie. Yeah, she was in a slasher movie in 2011. He's got 2 sisters, apparently. I don't know if they were both at court. I don't know if they both are like around the parents. I don't know. And someone kept saying she lived in Idaho. I don't know. Did you guys see that at all? He likes big butts and he cannot lie. Sister is a fake blonde, naturally brunette. Interesting. So do you guys think it's a coincidence that his lawyer is a blonde that resembles all the girls? Because I don't. All right, we're still 22 minutes in and nothing from Enton. Let me check KREM. Nothing yet. Nope, there's no updates yet, you guys. So I'm going to put up a poll for members after this live, and you guys get to choose the topic for tomorrow. If you're a member, you will see it in the community tab. And there's going to be several choices for tomorrow's live. And you guys get to pick the main topic. So be looking for that later. Yeah, one of his sisters is a school counselor and one's supposedly a therapist, but I don't know. Me too, Minnie. I hate just the sketches. So he was the baby of the family as well. They're 34 and 31. If Ted Bundy could get a fair trial in Florida, I think Bryan can get a fair trial in Idaho. What do you think? You guys want to do a poll? Let's see what you guys think about. See what you guys think about this. He could have had I mean, we don't know anything. Hey, Sinead, we don't know anything about his childhood, do we? Other than what his dad looks like, and that's like his dad. That's all we know. I did hot pink jalapenos. I thought that was a little weird, but I don't think it's his sister. If it is, there's something really going like wrong with that scene. Do you think Bryan can get a fair trial in Idaho? He resembles who? Elliot. Where'd it go? Elliot Rogers, whom also had a weird complex and killed people due to how he felt about people and how they saw him. Elliot Rogers. Let's see who that is. I don't know who that is. On the evening of May 23rd, 2014, Elliot Roger killed 6 people and injured 14 others by gunshot, stabbing, and vehicle ramming at a campus. Ugh. God dang. The attorney for Roger's father says Roger was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome based on his... Hear it?
Roberta.
KB, it's we have to stand down.
Bryan Kohberger's preliminary hearing has been set for June 26th at 9 a.m. He was in court today in an orange t-shirt and told the court he waived his right to a speedy preliminary hearing, no bail. That's it. Where's the video? Oh, you gotta watch News Nation for the video. Get the fuck out of here. It's a pool camera, so everyone's going to have the same footage and the same pictures. Brian Etton's not going to be any different than any other news network, I can promise you. We got to give them a few minutes to get the video up, though. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to watch News Nation to get the video. June 26th. That's so far away, you guys. I did watch that. Did you? What did you think about that? Amy? What did you guys think about that body cam on Lawn Grime? It was the same body cam as the one that was already out. It was just, you know, a little bit before was played. Prelim 126? What? Who's putting 126? Heather Bratt, what did you say? Let me go back. Thank you, Sunshine Stacy. Gosh, Heather, I can't find I just saw it, but now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. It for sure wouldn't be his sister. She has to be on the defense team in order to get past the police tape. Police aren't going to let family in an active crime scene. But didn't the police release the scene? We'll have to do updates, Kelsey. I think that the thing that stuck out to me most in that body cam. Why do you keep putting a cow, CEO? Because I said, why is there a cow there? Is that why you're making fun of me? Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth, CEO. Renee Nelson, how do you know this? Renee Nelson, post your source or tell us how you know that. Because I've heard that a gazillion times, but I've never seen anything back it up. Back it up. If you don't, back it up. They backtracked. They already had the cleaning crew in there, and then they're like, "Oh, hold the phone. We can't relate. We can't release." Oh my God, what's with the cows? John Gone Girl. Oh, we're gonna have to do one of those polls. All right, let's see where this one ended. The truth is within you. All right, so 23% of you think he can't get a fair trial. 76% of you do. I mean, it does look a lot like her. If she's there, then there's something else going on here that we don't know about. Okay, so we're going to do another poll. Do you think Bryan is innocent? Let's see what you think. He did ask that, but we don't know if that's even true. And, people can make videos and talk about what people are speculating on just for discussion purposes. So that doesn't, that's not a big deal. I mean, if we talk about different scenarios as well, and I've watched that Crime Circus and he's always made it clear that he's speculating. I hate having to go to Law and Crime. Jesse Weber. How many of you guys? I don't know if they have video up yet. No, they don't.
Prepare for whatever that hearing is going.
Jesse Weber. All right, so they let out this video yesterday. Popular YouTuber faces sexual misconduct allegations. Yikes. Okay, so what I caught from this is the guy on the roof is weird to me because he just like sits there. Yeah, they're not allowed to be live in the courtroom. Stephen Crumley. My DNA isn't on the sheath. Your DNA isn't on the sheath. Only one person on all 7 continents is on the murder weapon sheath. What's that tell you? One person. All I've heard is that his dad's on there. They've never come back and said, oh, I'm sure they swabbed Bryan when he got there. Why wouldn't they come out and say, like, we verified it's Bryan's? I don't understand that. Because they're still saying, you know, it matches his dad. And if I was his dad, I'd be like, do I need a lawyer?
I'm one of the people. You guys were born to a noise last night, sounds like. Really? When you guys were on the party last night? You weren't here last night. Last night we didn't do anything. Is there Elena Shepard that lives here? Who's Elena Shepard? The person that was born for the noise last night.
Who's Elena Shepard? So Elena Shepard was warned for the noise the night before. But notice this guy up here on the roof, just sitting. Like, what you doing up there? Why are you just sitting there?
Yeah. Okay. Well, one thing I will tell you is we didn't do anything last night. No worries. Neighbors are calling in again saying music's good. Okay. You guys will turn it down. Sure. Sounds good. That being said, the tickets get expensive. We got to come back out here. You know, the music keeps coming up and neighbors keep calling. Understand that. Yeah, we'll definitely turn it down. I mean, probably off, maybe like very low volume, but we'll definitely turn it down. Yeah, you can have a party. You can have some music, just not loud enough for people to call in and saying, hey. Sounds good. No worries.
Yeah, we should have. I know we were going to go talk to them before, but.
Yeah, maybe do a lap with your neighbors.
Yeah, we should do that next
That's
time.
a good idea. Yeah. You live here? I'm one of them. Okay.
We're both. Let
me grab your name. My name's Elliott, Elliott. And then Lund, Lundh. Middle initial? I have 2 middle names. P.S. Middle initial? I have 2 middle names. P.S. Date of birth for you? 99. Good phone number I can reach out. My bad. What's the area code on that? Eric. Okay. So it's my number is very similar to my mom's, so I confuse it all the time. Happens to the best. I have hers memorized.
Happens. I think you guys are lucky. The little lady who lived there was gone now. I think that's a rental property now.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely need to check them.
DEB. I apologize.
This is our first
time. Sorry about that.
I understand.
DORD.
But you guys obviously know the drill, right?
What's that?
You guys obviously know the drill, right?
Yeah, we got to be smart from now on.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, it would be. It definitely would be. Perfect. Again, are you guys freshmen or?
Oh, we're seniors.
We're seniors. Okay, so you know the drill. You know how this goes.
So they're seniors like Kaylee was.
Since you guys live here, you're responsible for the music. Okay. So we have to come back out. What's a noise ticket up to these days?
Oh God, it's like $350.
Oh God. Yeah, we don't want to pay that. Yeah.
So I think there's 3 cops here. And the one thing I noticed, I want you guys to pay attention, not only in this thing, is the guy up here. I don't know what he's doing. Drinking on the roof. I don't know why. Kind of looks like hoodie guy a little bit, but who the fuck can tell anymore? But anyways, in the next scene, they walk down to the girl's house. So this is before they went to the call with the zip strips, where the hunter guy has zip strips on his wrist. This is right before that. But watch what the cop says when they walk to the back door of the girl's house about the stairs and the deck.
That's the first.
We don't want to pay that. Next time, we'll definitely take.
The later at night it gets, the more expensive it gets.
Okay. So spend the money on beer instead, not on tickets. Yeah. Keep the music down. Have a good party. Make sure everyone's over 21. Yeah. If we do have to come back out here, you two guys are each getting tickets. Got it. I understand. That's
so
fair.
It's on the fair enough, guys.
Make sure the party stays down. Sure. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take care, guys. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good semester. And in some cases, like when we get here and that stereo's going, I would also go contact them because it was non-specific.
Sure.
And if I'm warning them, I better go fucking warn them too.
True. And that's the bottom road house there?
Which one? Over here? That one? That one's up on, goes through that driveway. The guy's walking right there.
Oh, yeah.
That side there. Guarantee the stairs are going to come right back on as soon as we leave.
So they're walking over to the girl's house right now. It's like literally right down the street.
Well, I saw that big, tall JBL on the back patio there, so I'll just go chat with them.
Okay, I'll come with you. You want to walk up or do you want to?
Yeah, we'll walk up. Start things off.
Just it wouldn't be fair. Paula. You know, if you're warning these guys, you better warn them.
Yeah, good point.
Moscow 11. I'm still on the department channel. Moscow 111. We're clear of 1127 King Road. We're going to be out at 1122 Queen Road.
So they were at 1127 King Road, and now they're going to the girls.
Same problem.
So apparently there was a noise complaint to this house and the frat house. What are the odds?
Hey guys, can you send someone out who lives here, please?
Did you guys get any dogs from Andy last night? Because I'm looking for one with Xander Dash.
Nope. Sorry, you can always call us later and ask in case it gets turned in here. It's our business line.
Wait, what? The mouths in the audio are off in this. What did he ask for? If they found what?
Queen Road, same problem.
So what you're looking at here are the two apartments, the brick apartments.
Hey guys, can you send someone out who lives here, please?
Did you guys get any dogs from Andy last night? Because I'm looking for one with Xander Dash.
Nope. Sorry, you can always call us later and ask in case it gets turned in here. It's our business line.
Sweet, thank you.
You bet. No one's coming to the door.
We're not going to front door. No. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I took one look at that speaker. I said,
You get a lot of guys trying to argue private property access.
The way I've always done it, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the way I did it there. Find one responsible, have everyone else hold them accountable. If I got to come back here, they're getting the ticket.
So is he like training someone? It sounds like there's 3 guys. And I don't know if the one that we're hearing is the trainee. Yeah, they're not being loud at all. This is definitely gotta be harassment. So whoever was calling on them, which I think it was Bryan. WFLA can FDO for real. Like, we don't play WFLA here because they're suing me. Okay? Okay, bye.
Because then it's on them to nip everyone else in the bud.
Yeah, and if they don't come out, we just contact landlords.
Yeah.
Or we come back the next day or the next time you work.
Yeah.
And just note that, lack of cooperation does not go a long ways with us.
Yeah.
And whoever it is out of breath and like breathing heavily.
Huh. Downstairs to the back deck. Interesting.
That I didn't like. I'm like, who is this guy and why is he saying that? We know Bryan applied at Pullman. Could he have worked at Moscow for a time? Thank you, Northern Light. If they sue me, if Court TV sues me, Northern Light, I'm blaming you. I'm just kidding. I don't see it on Court TV. And if you're talking about on actual TV, I'm not able to play that.
Huh. Downstairs to the back deck. Interesting.
And I assume
No stairs. Oh, how perfect. You can't escape. If I come up there, you can't run out on the deck and escape. That's just a creepy fucking thing to say. Especially given what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having
Thanks,
a party.
Northern.
Neighbors start calling in, they have an issue.
Fair.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Okay, what year?
Senior.
Senior, okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I told them. You probably know the drill, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. So usually, at least for me, I'll give you a verbal warning.
Okay.
Once I have neighbors calling in, your music's too loud, you're disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
Nothing against having parties, nothing against having people over who are overage to drink.
Mhm.
But again, once we start disturbing the neighbors, then we've got an issue.
Yeah.
Always take it as up to 300.
Yeah, somewhere around 300, 400 bucks.
It's a pretty expensive ticket. I don't want to give that to you. That being said, this is your place, so I'm going to hold you responsible.
Yeah, somewhere around 300, 400 bucks.
They get it more expensive the later it gets.
Yeah.
We already warned them too, so.
And if I do have to come back here, $300 tickets.
Okay.
And only gets more expensive. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, what's your phone number for you?
Oh, what's your digits, Kaylee?
Is this 1122 here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd much rather you spend that $300 on beer or something fun.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
sticker, right?
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That being said, warnings. Don't do it again.
Yep.
I'd hate to come back in a few hours and then have to issue it. So,
Yeah.
any questions for me?
No.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Take care.
So now there's another view. There's another. Yeah, I'd rather you spend your money on beer. Yeah, I thought that was weird too, Judy. She does seem very calm. She seems a lot older though, doesn't she? Than the others. No, it's okay, Northern Beans. I'm not mad. I'm sorry. It's just a sweet spot for me. They went to the back because no one came to the front, but let's pay attention again when we watch this view of it and see whose idea it was to go to the back of the house. Because if you look up on the roof, there's two guys up there when these cops come walking up. And then when we're watching it, there's just the one dude.
All right, who's responsible here? Who's responsible here? Whose house is this? Just need to talk to a homeowner or a renter or whoever's house this is.
I'm one of the people renting.
Okay, gotcha. You guys are warned for the noise last night, sounds like? Same type of thing. You guys were having a party, cops came out.
We weren't here last night.
Last night we didn't do anything.
Is there an Elena Shepherd that lives here?
Who's Elena Shepherd?
The person that was warned for the noise last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I will tell you is we didn't do anything last night.
No worries. Neighbors are calling in again saying music's too loud.
Okay.
All I need you guys to do is turn it down.
Sure.
Sounds good.
That being said, the tickets get expensive. We got to come back out here and, the music keeps coming up and neighbors keep calling in. So
Understand.
fair enough.
Yeah, we'll definitely turn it down. I mean,
You're
probably off, maybe like very low volume. But
Okay. No, yeah. You can have a party. You can have music, just not loud enough to where people are calling in and saying, hey,
sounds good.
might be
No
some
worries.
Yeah, we should have. I know we were going to go talk to them before.
Yeah, maybe do a lap with your neighbors.
Yeah,
let them know what's up.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. You live here?
I'm
We both
one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both
Let me grab your name.
My name's Elliot, Elliott.
Last name?
Lund, Lundh.
How come we never heard that name before? I wonder whose house this is, because this isn't where Ethan and them lived, is it? Because these two say they live there.
Middle initial?
I have two middle names.
Just give me both.
PF.
PF. Date of birth for you?
99.
Good phone number I can reach at.
My bad.
What's the area code on that?
Eric.
Okay.
So it's
Oh, I got you.
my number is very similar to my mom's, so I confuse it every time.
Happens to the best. What's your name, my man?
I've heard
Keon, Kian.
Happens.
DeBoard, DEB. So with the D.
Oh, TED. Okay,
With
gotcha.
the D, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
sorry.
Well, you'd have to imagine if it was any of these guys that the roommate would have definitely known, right? That she would have recognized one of these guys because she would know them.
DEB. I apologize.
Oh, I know the porn stash. It's on point.
This is our first
Sorry about that.
You're good. DEB?
BORD.
Oh.
You guys obviously know the drill.
My middle initials are A.
What's that?
Hey.
You guys obviously know the drill.
Date of birth?
We gotta be smart.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
It would be. It definitely
and my
would
phone
be.
number is
Okay. Perfect. Again, are you guys freshmen or?
Oh, we're seniors.
Seniors? Okay, so you know the drill. You know how this goes.
Of course.
Since you guys live here, you're responsible for the music. So we have to come back out. What's a noise complaint ticket up to these days?
Oh God, it's like 350.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
We don't want to pay that. Next time, we'll definitely check with the neighbors.
Yeah.
It gets the more expensive it is.
Okay.
So spend the money on beer instead, not on tickets.
Yeah.
Keep the music down. Have a good party. Make sure everyone's over 20.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because they weren't even loud. So somebody was calling on them, I think, like harassing them or something.
Yeah.
If we do have to come back out here, you two guys are each getting tickets. You got it?
I understand.
So it's on the rest of you to make sure the party stays down.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bumps.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Enjoy the party.
Thank you. And in some cases, like when we get here and the stereo's going,
Yeah.
I would also
Yeah, that was sketchy. The fist pump. What was that all about?
go contact them because it was non-specific.
Michael Marin, that's all we know of, though. They could have a lot more than that. And they have more than just DNA. They have video and cell phone. I mean, there's like 3 top things against him, evidence-wise, that we know of.
Sure.
And if I'm warning them, I better go fucking warn them.
True. And that's the bottom row of the house there?
Which one? The one here?
Yeah.
That one's up on those that right where the guy's walking right there.
Oh, yeah.
That side there. Guarantee the stairs gonna go right back on as soon as you
Well, I saw that big, tall JBL on the back patio there, so I'll just go chat with them.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Yeah, we'll walk up. We'll start things off on a good foot.
It would be fair, you know, if you're warning these guys, you better warn them.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Moscow 11. Moscow 111. We're clear of 1127 King Road. We're going to be out at 1122 King Road.
8:16 this was. So this was on August the 16th. And they were first there. Now they're walking over here because there was supposedly 2 calls to both houses for the same thing. So they're like, we got to go warn them if we warn these guys. But why are they? I don't understand why they just did. Someone call on both houses? Or did they just decide to walk down here? I don't get it. Yeah, he's got an interesting gait, doesn't he?
Moscow 11.
Who is that? Have we seen him before? I've never seen him. That's not
Moscow.
That's not who I thought it was.
11.
What do you mean, Judy? What isn't right?
Moscow 111. We're clear of 1127 King Road. We're going to be out at 1122 King Road.
How's it going, guys? Casey, I'm just going to loop around up here.
It was loud and then they turned it way down.
Hey there.
Thanks, listen, Linda.
Is this your place, man?
It is.
Okay, would you mind going and getting somebody whose place is this? Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's at the front.
You want to send her up back here? I apologize. We knocked at the front door, no one came.
I'll be right back.
Yep, thanks, man.
So did these guys maybe have a riff with those other guys? Were they friends or were they frenemies?
Yeah, I took one look at that speaker. I said,
I mean, everybody in the neighborhood has said they were respectful. They weren't necessarily loud. They weren't annoying. But was he calling and then watching maybe? Maybe wanting to break their things up? I don't know. No, I don't, man. I have no idea.
Property access.
the way I've always done it, and correct me if I'm wrong, was the way I did it there. Find one responsible, have everyone else hold them accountable. If I got to come back here, they're getting the ticket. Because then it's on them to nip everyone else in the bud because they know.
If they don't come out, we just contact landlords.
Yeah.
Or we come back the next day or the next time you work.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, I don't really know where that house is that the guys were on the roof. But if that is where you sit up on the roof, is this where the Elantra is seen back here? If they can sit on the roof and then watch from there, I don't know if they can see. I don't know where that house, I don't know how that would work. Let's go back. You guys are pointing out no one knocked on the door. But that guy was out there. Can you have someone come out, remember? Watch.
How's it going, guys? Casey, I'm just going to loop around up here. Hey there.
Okay, so if he had been there before, he would know that it loops around. This is August the 16th. Bryan would have just moved in that apartment too. So the one guy stays and talks to that guy, right? In the front about whatever. And then he says, I'm going to loop around here because there's a trail. Who's in the window above the orange Jeep? I don't know. I don't know who that is. Somebody. Does he not have a shirt on? That's the living room. Yeah, I can't tell. You guys are going to have to watch. Oh, there's two in the window here. They're watching the cops come. They probably, if they know those people there, they probably got a call or a text. You know what I'm saying?
How's it going, guys? Casey, I'm just going to loop around up here. Hey there. Is this your place, man?
It is not.
Okay, would you mind going and getting somebody whose place is this? Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's at the front.
You want to send her up back here? I apologize. We knocked at the front door. No one came.
I'll be right back.
Yep, thanks, man. Yeah, I took one look at that speaker. I said,
You get a lot of guys.
Call me crazy. That looks like Bryan's dad a little bit.
You get a lot of guys from the
This dude. Maybe not. Maybe not. He's a little less heavy, huh?
You get a lot of guys trying to argue private property access.
the way I've always done it, and correct me if I'm wrong, was the way I did it there. Find one responsible, have everyone else hold them accountable. If I got to come back here, they're getting the ticket.
I guess the zip ties were a drinking game or something.
Because then it's on them to nip everyone else in the bud because they know.
They don't come out.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we come back the next day or the next time you work.
Yeah.
It's no, a lot of cooperation does not go a long way.
Who had cuts on his face? Bryan in court? We'll find that video after this. It's almost over.
Yeah.
Big sigh. Peter Griffin. Oops. Shit. Sorry. I missed where that guy says that.
Upstairs to the back deck. Interesting. Upstairs to the back deck. Interesting.
How are you?
And why is that cop standing back there, like looking up in their house? Like, back off, buddy.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
And I assume noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Fair.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Okay. What year?
Senior.
Senior. Okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I told them. You probably know the drill, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. So usually, at least for me, I'll give you a verbal warning.
Okay.
Once I have neighbors calling in, your music's too loud, you're disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
Nothing against having parties, nothing against having people over who are overage to drink.
Mhm.
But again, once we start disturbing the neighbors, then we've got an issue.
Yeah.
Noise ticket is up to 300.
Yeah,
and
somewhere around 300.
okay, it's a pretty expensive ticket. I don't want to give that to you. That being said, this is your place, so I'm going to hold you responsible. Because it is your place, you're also responsible for everybody here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab your info.
Yeah.
And if I do have to come back here, a $300 some ticket's coming your way.
Okay.
And it only gets more expensive from there. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. Absolutely.
Actually, let's just do this. What's a good phone number for you? Is this 1122?
So now all the people here, whoever they are, have her phone number as well.
You here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. I'd much rather you spend that $300 on beer or something fun than
Yeah.
a noise
yeah.
ticket, right?
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That being said, warnings. Don't do it again.
Yep.
I'd hate to come back in a few hours and then have to issue that. So,
Yeah.
any questions for me?
No.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
So scary, like sad to watch now, isn't it? It's all over this dude's hands. Lit. Where'd that old man go? Where's he going? Why do both of these dudes like walk down and the other one goes the other direction? Like they walk around by this fence. Is that where that trail is, maybe? And that's where it ends. I would love to know what's said after they leave there, right? Ew, teeth marks. It was kind of blurry. I don't know what that was. Yeah, it's really sad to watch. But that is on Law and Crime. If you guys want to go dissect that a little bit more, let's see if we can. Where are you guys seeing him scratched up? I don't see the video anywhere.
We'll sit down with that attorney, get explained the process.
Oh, I guess this is it. Okay, hold on. It's a 30-second ad. Hold on. Cuts. Maybe he had to shave with like a straight edge razor. They gave him a really sharp one. Hmm. No, this is recorded and then released. This is not live. And it's really blurry too.
All right, good morning. We are on the record. This is cause number CR 29222805. This is State of Idaho versus Bryan Kohberger. Mr. Kohberger is in custody. He is appearing here in court with his attorneys, Ms. Taylor, Mr. Logston, Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings appearing on behalf of the state. This is the time set in the matter for the preliminary hearing status conference. So I am going to inquire of counsel, Ms. Taylor, what's the status at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are going to ask the court to set preliminary hearing out into June. We would request the 3rd or 4th week of June and probably 4 or 5 days for preliminary hearing. Mr. Kohberger understands his right to a timely preliminary hearing.
And look at how she wears heavy eyelashes. Is that maybe to trigger Mr. Kohberger? But what? He's got a big scratch like on his cheek. I see the one on his jaw too. I would imagine he's probably in there alone, so I don't know.
And he's willing
shaving
to waive the timeliness to allow us time to obtain discovery in this case and be prepared.
And Mr. Thompson, are you in agreement with that?
The state has no objection to that, Your Honor. Ms. Taylor reached out to us by email yesterday with her proposal. On reflection, the state's calendar would be better in the month of July, but we will make the end of June work if that's the court's preference. And I haven't had a chance to talk to Ms. Taylor about that.
July, damn.
That's okay. The court's calendar is going to be better towards the end of June, early July. So would that work, Ms. Taylor, for your scheduling on your other matters?
Your Honor, yes. If we take that 4th week in June, that's actually best.
Okay.
I don't think that he had a haircut because I think it's just the way he did his hair. His neck is hairy as hell.
So, Mr. Kohberger, I need to speak to you for a moment then. Sir, you do understand, and Ms. Taylor has represented here, that she's advised you of your right to have, or fully discussed with you the right that you have, which is to have your preliminary hearing within 14 days of the date that you initially appeared before this court. As you recall, when I advised you of your rights, that hearing is a probable cause hearing where the state has to establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed and you were the one that committed the felony offenses. If you waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing, it does not mean that you're giving up your right to have a preliminary hearing. It simply means that you would not be able to come back and challenge that the state did not present probable cause within 14 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with Ms. Taylor about your decision to waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Do you need any additional time to do so?
No.
Then I will ask at this time, as to the 5 counts, felony counts that were charged in the criminal complaint that was filed on December 29th of 2022, are you waiving your right to a speedy preliminary hearing and agreeing that that hearing can be held outside the 14-day period?
Yes.
And Ms. Taylor, do you concur with his waiver?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you.
I will find your waiver of speedy preliminary hearing is knowing, intelligently, voluntarily entered here in open court with the assistance of counsel. We will go ahead and set the matter for preliminary hearing.
God almighty.
Beginning Monday, June 26th at 9:00 a.m.
It's my dog.
And just so council knows, it will begin at 9 a.m. each of those days. Is there anything further to address at this time in the case, Mr. Thompson?
Not from the state's perspective, Your Honor, no.
All right. Or Ms. Taylor?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Kohberger, then you will be remanded into custody on your same no bail at this point in time, pending further proceedings. Again, we'll send notice out to council and we will be in recess for this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Well, that is it then. If he was innocent, why waive his right to get out of jail? He knows he's effed. Yep. No bail. So, I mean, it's not really, I mean, it seems like a long time away, but you've got to remember they have 6 months and they need time. Like, you've got 4 deaths, and we've seen it take longer with 1. Look at Megan Faramuska. She's just now getting an arraignment on the 31st of this month. Because you definitely don't want him to get like a shoddy defense. Because then he's got room for appeal. So I think it's pretty amazing that he's got a blonde lawyer that resembles his victims, and he does look thinner to me as well. He's really got a bony back. If that's his back, or is he still wearing that the vest? And I wonder why we didn't see him being transported. They actually give him a vegan diet? Exactly, Heather. Preliminary? It's not the trial, no. He did have the bullet. Okay. That's what I thought. It's crazy. Crazy town. All right, you guys. We can go over this. I'm going to get the post up for members so you guys can pick the topic tomorrow. So, one of them will be going over, body cam. One of them will be, going over photos. One of them will be something else. So, you think he likes the attention? Call me crazy, but I'm for our justice system, even though how many wrongfully convicted use same process. Well, I think the more time they take, the more thorough that they're going to be. Oh, the jail he's in is in the courthouse. Oh, wow. You're probably right, Manda H. You're probably right.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a duck. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day and dance it out. I will see you tomorrow. Members, make sure you check the community tab because you're running the show tomorrow. See ya.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late,